Race fans, sport fans, this weekend it's the Easter Day racing spectacular. The first major drag racing championship of the year at Dragway Park in Utah. Don't miss the most important ceremony.
I'm Greg Wicklam, and you're watching Dragway Memories.
Thanks, Greg.
Hi everybody, welcome to Dragway Memories. This is going to be the last show for a little while here, as I'm very low on footage and very busy here at the track. Plus I have a couple other projects on the go now that's taken up a ton of my time. So thanks to my sponsors, Engineered Racing Service, Car Belt, ICD Insurance, and Paul Pauly Enterprises, Wild Goose Performance, and there's a few others in there that have helped me over the years. I really appreciate all the help. So I'll see you in the fall. Here's some footage from Cayuga Motorsport Park from the early 90s. This is Willie Kerr. Willie Kerr's in his overdrawn rail. Looks like we got some four-wheeling going on in behind there in the mud pit. This is just at the transition when the Fletchers sold it and Willie bought it. This is IHRA sanctioned back then. This is the year of the national event, I believe. Rossetter, hardcore parts. And Willie's wife sits there and waits in the car to go down and get him after he duels it out with his 1967 Pontiac GTO. 3 deuces and a 4-speed and a 389. Steel wheels on the back. Stripe on the slick, and since it's bracket racing, the goat will go first. Away he goeth, and here comes Willie Kerr. It's hard racing these dragsters, can't see him coming up on you, and Willie takes the win. Into the next round, and his wife rumbles down there to pick him up. This is Dr. Bob Robertson. Dr. Bob out of Hamilton, Ontario, with his 1970 Pontiac Acadian. This thing was as clean on the top as it was on the bottom. He's taking on this 69 Camaro, which I don't remember who it is. Bob in the XRJ Performance, Rob Johnson Performance Acadian, modified production car back then. And the Camaro goes, and Dr. Bob, we're not sure what Dr. Bob does here. So he moves a bit, stops, and whatever. So this Duster lays down a bit of a smoke screen. In the other lane, that's John Lucas, 1974 Vega Camback. John drove that car from Toronto to race. It's a V6 stick car with 456 gears. So he's out here racing this Duster that just laid down the smoke screen. And now they're on the line. Look at that. And John will go first in the V6. I don't remember anybody having a yellow Duster like that. And away he goes. And here comes the Mopar. And as they get near the top end lights, I see John's lights already on, so he might have just a red light or something. This is the Parker's Motors Chevelle. And not a lot of wind that day, so the smoke just kind of hung everywhere, which would have been bad for photography. I don't see myself there anywhere. I must have been at Stelco that day. I'm not sure who gave me this video. This is your video. Please let me know. I'll give you credit. But I just found this looking through stuff. Looking for more video. We really need more video. So tell your friends and your neighbors' friends. Rick Thurer, I believe out of Western New York. A little short wheelbase dragster. He did a lot of damage with that car. Won a bunch of races. And it's just the right wheelbase to fit in my garage. And in the other lane, that's Jeff Veal. Jeff Veal, he is in the Canadian Drag Racing Hall of Fame. After this car, he got into a Super Gas Nova and then got into the big dragsters with alcohol dragsters and such. Now he's in a nitro injected rail. And he does very well in the NHRA circuit. Neil Armstrong down there in red. Dave Malik, the starter. And Jeff Veal's about to learn a valuable lesson here in racing. Although he doesn't bracket race now, he learned then. It's hard to see out of these coupes, especially with a helmet on. So the dragster takes the win and moves on to the next round. This is Bob Hanna. Bob Hanna and Eddie Nash, Rainman Eddie Nash, run Freddie's Revenge. Freddie was Red Dog's old man. Great old guy. And they won the championship with this car, not this year, a year or two after, I believe. And he's on a single, he moves on to the next round. Steve Gordon in the orange rail. He was sponsored by Orange Crush at one point, that's why it's orange. And in the other lane, that is Phil Ergader. Steve and Phil are good friends. Steve trying to tell the starter what light he wants. That's the ex-Reaney Brothers Top Fuel Dragster, and that car is for sale. Steve's selling it now. He's wound up his racing career. Big block Ford in it there. Phil Ergader out of Smithville, I believe. These guys, they're not, I don't think they're racing. I think they're time trialing because they leave pretty much heads up. As they roll on back, the old tower in the background there. A lot of people are very polarized over the tower and burning it down and such. I have my own views. So Steve Gordon out of Grimsby, Ontario, he won the championship here at Cayuga with that car later on. And Phil Ergader, he was our tech guy for a little while and helped out quite a bit with a lot of people. Phil leaves on him, but Steve drives around him at the top end. And takes the victory. This is Paul Silva. Paul Silva, this is Top Cat, I believe he called this Cougar. Ran it on the street, and it was quite the weapon. Super Dave has a look underneath, make sure everything's copo. He says, yep, stage that bad boy. But today wasn't a good day for Paul Silva. His car did not run as well as I had seen it run previously, so this is not representative of what this car can do. It was one quick street car in its day. I think he still has it. He's very busy with his own race programs now and his son, and you want to make a Ford go fast, go see one of the Silva brothers. Joe DeSilva and Paul Silva. Alright, so he's rolling it down through the top end there. We'll just watch that as it disappears. And here's good old John C. Short, Plymouth Powered Rail. He had a 74 Plymouth Duster that he told me he got off the fire chief in St. Catharines, 360 in it, and he had that, and then he got this rail. And he went with us to Maryland to the bracket finals that year, and you know what? I don't think I've seen him since. So I don't know where he's at, but John C. Short raced a couple of years flying the Mopar banner. That's all, folks. See you again soon.
Sports fans, race fans, listen up. This weekend, Dragway Park, Cayuga, and Winston present the Race to End All Races. It's for the Canadian Drag Racing World Records, sanctioned by the National Hot Rod Association World Championship Series. Stop number 2 is Cayuga, as professional racers from a dozen states in Canada let it all hang out. 40 of the nation's best dragsters, supercharged funny cars, Bob Mott's awesome 18-wheeler jet-powered Kenworth, the wheel standers, Chuck Poole, Chuck Wagon, Hemi Underglass, jet funny cars, Roger Gustin, Smith Brothers Special, Eastern Raider, the Rockets, Larry Flickinger, the Flash, Natural High, attempting speed records of 270 miles per hour. Are you ready? It's TV Tommy Ivo's 4-engine monster machine, the Rolling Smoke Bank, 4 motors blazing all 4 tires in the quarter mile, the Canadian World Championship camping all weekend, Saturday time trials and qualifying under the lights. This is it. 40 supercharged dragsters, funny cars, rockets, wheel standers, jet cars, and the jet-powered Kenworth. Sunday gates open at 8. Blast off 12 noon. Winston presents at Dragway Park, Cayuga. Let's go racing! It's the Canadian Funny Car Nationals. 3 big days and nights at the biggest funny car race of the year. It's the Molson Point Series at Dragway Park, Cayuga. Thundering, hang it all out, high-energy drag racing.
Foxy lady.
Wow, lady drivers. Foxy Bunny Burkett in her 200-mile-per-hour vet. Roberta Schultz, rocking and rolling and ready for any male driver who can handle her. Plus, the Wheeler Dealer, 200 proof. The Tremor, Super Vixen, Carl Ruth from Canada Northern Force, Vanny Brothers and Elliott, Black Knight, Cardiac Kids. Plus, on Sunday, the Jet Cars. Roger Gustin, Smith Brothers Special, Les Shockley, Shockwave, Wheelie Kings, Paddy Wagon, Hemi Under Glass, 300-mile-per-hour land speed attempts by the Natural High Rocket. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Funny Car Nationals. It's party time with camping all weekend. Gates open Friday, 5 p.m. Saturday, eliminations at Funny Cars, 8 p.m. under the lights. Sunday, gates open at 9. Blast off at 3 p.m. This weekend, Dragway Park, Cayuga.
Imagine a 1,700-pound fiberglass Chevy Camaro. Put in a 3,000 horsepower supercharged drag racing engine. Pour in highly explosive methane fuel. Cap it quick. Then climb in the driver's seat and ask yourself, what in the hell am I doing here? Find out this weekend as professional racers from a dozen states and Canada battle it out for $50,000 at the Pepsi UDRA Olympics of Drag Racing. From California, it's Canadian Funny Car Champ Cliff Sewell's legendary 200 proof. From Chicago, the awesome Wheeler Dealer. From Virginia, Foxy Bunny Burkett. From Canada, the Northern Force. 50 ground-pounded, tire-smoking funny cars. Earth-shaking dragsters. Wheel-standing factory pro stocks. And jet funny cars at 280 miles an hour. Plus wheel standers and Bob Boat's world's fastest Kenworth 18-wheeler. Saturday, the stars and cars under the lights at 8. Sunday, gates open at 9 with finals of pro stock dragsters, funny cars, and all the stars at 3. Get it on. It's party time this weekend. The Olympics, Dragway Park, Cayuga. It's the big 5th annual Labor Day weekend racing spectacular. 3 jam-packed days of traction, action, fun, and excitement at Dragway Park, Cayuga. All the supersonic land missiles, jet dragsters, jet funny cars, Shockwave, Les Shockley, the King Roger Gustin, Joe Petro, Kamikaze, Smith Brothers Special, plus the tire-smoking, flame-throwing, thundering funny cars. An incredible lineup. Northern Force, Vanny and Elliott, Roberta Schultz, Bunny Burkett, Flying Glass, Cardiac Kids, Black Knight, Rainthorpe Dobbs, plus Hemi Under Glass. And are you ready for TV Tommy Ivo and the world's most incredible 4-wheel drive funny car, the Roland Smoke Bank? 4 engines smoking all 4 tires the full quarter mile. Camping all weekend with the Molson Point Award Finals. Saturday and Sunday eliminations at 6 p.m. with Gustin, Hemi Under Glass, and all the funny cars. Monday blast off 3 p.m. for Jet Car Madness and the Funny Car Finals. Kids under 12 free. The biggest racing spectacular of the year, the giant Labor Day weekend race. This Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Dragway Park, Cayuga.
This is some more great footage from Mike Wilkins from Cayuga, 1320 Dragway, circa 1970. The drag dimensions Topolino, that is Carl Rowland and Al Ross, the Bell Body King. They put together drag dimensions, put the livery on the car, Hemi motor in it now. It used to be a small block Chevy. And this car is being restored by Eddie Brick. So when that comes out, hopefully it'll be ready for the Dragstrip Memories show next year at the Warplane Heritage in Mount Hope. Here's Cliff Satursky, A-altered, injected Hemi. Moves around a little bit. There goes the wrecker. Check on things at the top end. Every dragstrip needs a good wrecker. And Cliff gets there first. Alex Taylor. This is a car that Frank Elliott originally brought up from the States. And I'll tell you, this has got a lot of fame in it. A lot of different drivers had it. Norm Noddle being one. 2 Hemi cars going at it here. More great footage from Mike. Look at this stuff. See the cars moving around as they shift. And they get down the top end, and Alex Taylor takes it on the right-hand side. Buick Nailhead. This is Gary Rainthorpe in the ex-Peter Poliplov rail. And he gets on down the track there with a little bit of smoke coming out of the engine against the 55 wagon. And being lighter and a little quicker, the rail will get there first. Cliff Satursky backing up after a good dry hit with his Hemi-powered Classical Gas A-altered. Very cool car. Car Belt. He ran the track at the time. Peter Pliplov up against the Hemi, Carl Rowland, small block Ford, 289 in the dragster. It looks like the Hemi's going to dust him though. Pretty close, yes he does. Gentleman Jim Audi out of Buffalo, New York with his Austin. This is one very beautiful show quality car. And he learns to drive it hard. He gets a little out of shape here. Okay, a lot out of shape. Crosses the center line and ends up on the apron and gets on down there. Does not want anybody to see it. Funny car time at the track. Coca-Cola Pants. That's Mickey Thompson's Maverick. Arnie Beeling at the controls. Big block Ford. Shotgun motor. Lid comes down. He's up against Lou Arrington in the Brutus car, run out of Goody Speed Shop in California. Looks like Lou's got him there. It's kind of hard to tell. Somebody's heading the way. The Schumacher. Donnie Schumacher coming to the track. Somebody's swinger was put into use as a tow car. And dry hops and burnouts and all kinds of good stuff back then. Oh, Jungle Jim. This was 1970, so this was a brand new body on this car. Up against the Shoe. And it kind of looks like very close. Jungle's a little bit out of shape, getting over to the left there. And it looks like the Shoe takes it. Jungle in his office, 392 in front of him. I think it was the last time he ran a 392 before he switched over to the 426. And the body will come down. We had a lot of cool funny car shows at Cayuga. Phil Castronova on the custom body Mini Charger. Up against Jungle, laying down a smoky burnout.